Hi, this is Jake with Optimus Futures, and in this video, I'll be showing you how to customize, and I'll also walk you through the voice assistant feature on Optimus News. Now, the voice assistant is great because it audibly alerts traders based off the criteria they have selected within the voice assistant. Now, this is particularly great because for those traders that do utilize multiple platforms or they have multiple monitors up at one time, instead of having to pay attention to a specific area on the platform for alerts, the voice assistant, as I said, will audibly alert the trader, notifying them based off of whether a press release is about to occur, an event is about to occur, or a tweet was tweeted out by an influential person that has influence on the market. So the voice assistant feature can be accessed through our submenu here, and then we'll click on voice assistant. Now, as you can see, once you do open up the voice assistant, you do have quite a few options here. Starting from the top here, as you can see, we can read news out loud for ourselves. So if you are the type of trader to trade based off of influential news that may have an effect on the market, I would suggest to subscribe or to activate this feature. As you can see, once we do activate the voice feature, we do receive a notification down in the bottom right. It's worth noting that you'll also receive any news alerts or tweets down in the bottom right as well in a text version. So please keep that in mind. So as I mentioned previously, and as you can see, the next content list we can subscribe to here is the read the content of a tweet. So as I said, if an influential person related to the market may tweet out, such as Donald Trump or Elon Musk, and you'd like to have those tweets notify you and read out loud, you can do so by subscribing or turning on this feature here. Now from here, as you can see, we do have different channels in which we can select Audible Alerts from. So currently I do have Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Bloomberg, and FT Finance News all activated. So whenever a tweet is published by one of these persons or companies, I will receive an audible alert from the voice assistant on our platform. To enable or disable any of these tweets, simply just left click on the button section here. A blue button represents that the feature is enabled, while a gray space represents that it's being disabled. If I do click on one of these influential people's names or the company's names, as you can see, it will open up the direct page for their Twitter. So if you'd like to access their Twitter page, you can simply click on one of these people or companies in this section. Now, before I do proceed, I would like to mention that you do have the option of selecting different voices for your voice assistant. So if you would like to change the voice or customize it at a later time, simply select the voice button. And then as you scroll through the various options here, you will get an audible alert, or you will have the voice read out loud for you as a demo per se. So as you can see, if we scroll through, there are multiple different voice dialects and accents that you can choose from, each having their own unique voice. Now, unfortunately, I don't think you'll be able to hear it through this video, but like I said, as we do select the different voices, we will get a demo of the voice before we do end up choosing it. Now, if you'd like to, you can also test the voice here as well, and it will essentially audibly read out a small notification to see if you do like the voice you have selected. Now, when you do test the voice, if you find it is either too quiet or too loud, the voice volume can be adjusted with this scrollable bar here. As you can see, there are 3 different settings: a min, a medium, and a max. Now, if we keep scrolling down to the events and the different ideas that we can subscribe to for Audible Alerts, as you can see, our next section here is for economic events. So if you are the type of trader to focus on whether economic events may have an effect on the market, and you'd like to be audibly alerted when one of these events occurs, I would suggest subscribing to this section right here. As you can see, if I subscribe to this entire section, it will enable all the 3 following choices. And from there, we can break it down bit by bit. A bit off topic here, I would like to mention that as you can see, one of the tweets that I did subscribe to in this following section has occurred. I was already audibly alerted, and the tweet does remain down in the bottom here. So like I said, a text message will pop up in the bottom right hand corner of your platform here. And if I do left click this, it will bring me directly to the tweet that was tweeted out. So just keep that in mind. For the last couple sections here, we have trade ideas. So as you can see, we are audibly alerted based off potential news-driven trade ideas, news-driven trade ideas, and then price-driven ideas as well. The following 2 sections, market movements and exchange opening or closing, can also be subscribed to. So if small, subtle market movements have taken place, you'll get an audible alert for this as well, besides the text alert that does typically pop up if you are subscribed to those notifications in a different portion of Optimus News. But as you can see, you have quite a few different options here in which you can select an audible alert for market movements. We have moves from yesterday's close, daily low to high movements, crossing yesterday's high and low, and fast movements. So if you are keeping an eye on a particular market and you want to be audibly kept up to date with any alerts or market movements that occur in real time, I would suggest to subscribe to these 6 sections as well. And we also have opening and closing, in which we can subscribe to the different markets on the times in which they open or close. The following options we have here are the New York Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ, the London Stock Exchange, Japanese Exchange Group, and the Shanghai Stock Exchange. Finally, in the voice assistant customization section, we do have a history of any tweets that have been tweeted out or any options that we have customized and turned on or off. So if you are afraid that you did miss out on an influential tweet and you didn't see the text version of it or the audible alert, you can always go down into your history and check out any tweets from here. Finally, we do have a quick access button to turn off our voice assistant. You can simply click on the speaker button here in the top, and this will automatically turn on or off your voice assistant. So instead of having to go into the menu every time, click on voice assistant and then activate it from there. If you need to on the fly, again, you can just turn it on or off here. And just to show you the history section, as you can see, I turned off our voice assistant and the reflective changes were made in the history section. So it's always good to keep that in mind. But that just about does it for this video, guys. If you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. And we love to answer any questions or concerns you have with Optimus News. If you do have any questions, you can also post them on community.optimusfutures.com, our community forum where we're constantly browsing and answering any questions that our customers may have. But once again, thanks for watching, and we hope you enjoy Optimus News.